This evening, we're taking a look at the ecosystem game demo. There's currently a Steam page up for this game. I'll include a link down in the description below. And ecosystem is kind of just this sort of life sim. It's sort of a life ecosystem kind of sim game. Uh, and it looks like it's pretty much just aquatic environments, but it's still sort of just an interesting little thing. The demo has a few things that you can play around with and gives you a glimpse at other features that they will be included into the future. So we will start a new game here. You currently can't save or load games in the demo. You do have a couple of presets that you can do here. I'm going to go with the coral reef option. Now off to the side here, you can see they have different things that you could adjust. In the demo, you can't really do that. You just have the general presets. So here, it kind of gives you just a blank canvas to play around with, or to begin with. You can. The demo does come with a tutorial. I'm going to turn it off for this because I've already gone through and messed with the demo. And I should be able to cover everything, I think. If I miss something, I apologize for that. But I think I can remember most of this stuff. There isn't a lot. Once you get a handle on like all the features, it's mostly just like creating stuff and then watching your ecosystem grow and evolve. So kind of the first thing you can do once you load in, you can just swim around the environment. You move around using the WASD keys, and then you can go up and down using Q and E. For those that might want to adjust controls, it does look like you can change them. So if you have a different configuration of keys that you want to use, you can do that. I'm not entirely sure that this currently comes with controller support. I don't know if that'll be a feature in the future. So if we turn, you can go up really high. You just get to see the glimpse of the surface. Nice little clouds up there. And then you come back down. And you can look around using mouse controls. You start with a pretty bare bones environment to start working with, and it will look different depending on which preset you started with. So, kind of what you end up starting to do is you start at the bottom of the food chain. So you have your plant life here, and some cool things. You can click and it'll give like a description up to the side here, and it will tell you what terrains and different chemicals within the environment that it prefers. And there are a couple different levels here. Like you can see, you can include corals, and there's plants, corals, and then miscellaneous. These are just sort of shellfish, things like that, plankton. To place these within the environment, you have resources that you can see up here. You have you have food points and you have life points. We will go ahead and start with food points, and you can see they have a cost associated with placing them down. And you can see when you have an area where you would like to place it, it gives you little stats for how well it will do there. So we will just place this hydrilla here. And you can see it's already starting to spread. We can place other plant life. We can also, since this is a coral landscape that it shows, I can also kind of limited here in terms of coral that I can place, because most of it's locked out on the demo. Trying to find a good spot here. This might do well. There. And let's see if we can't place down other plants, and you can see it looks like the coral is spreading a little bit. You can see the map up here. It will show you the spread of the life forms that you place in your ecosystem. So here we have the first plant that we would place down, the hydrilla, and then here the pond is a pondweed. Did I put the second or the third plant that I placed down, and then the coral. I think I lost my coral. Okay. Can't seem to find where I placed the coral. I don't think it died. I hope it didn't die. Anyways, you can see how well this first plant is growing. So with that, we can introduce our first life form. And for the demo, you have a foragers that you can place down, carnivores, and then apex carnivores, the ones at the very top. And you can see here that the demo, that in future iterations of this game, we could get like scavengers or crustaceans. But for right now, we're just limited to these three options. Now, you essentially just seed the environment. So, like, here I have this, and then I hit here, and what it's going to do is just going to start just generating life. Now, one of the selling points of this game is that, like, it's creatures that sort of just, like, generate naturally, and the idea is that you're not supposed to see any two creatures, any two same creatures within multiple playthroughs. I'm not sure how true that is. I've gone through this demo a few times now, and some life forms do and kind of end up looking similar, but it's also supposed to be somewhat random depending on the ecosystem that you design. So you can see life forms here sort of generating. They'll grow larger as time passes. You can see here. Like, I think I've seen some variation of like this a few times in messing around with the demo. But it's still pretty cool. Yeah, I've seen this dude a few times. If you go here, it gives you this table of data regarding the life within your ecosystem, a name, species, what their diet is. They're all forages right now. What their age is, energy rate, and it does this like global log thing that gives you play by play of like all their lives. Like, Nicole has given birth, and Denise has survived into the next season. It's kind of just cool little information that it is continually generating. You see that they have grown up a little bit. Their bodies have evolved, and these ones are just sort of like swimming around. There's no plant life over here, so I'm not exactly sure how long they're going to survive. Now, one of the things, so there's a little bit of gamification here with the point system. It's really not too complicated. How you end up getting more points is what's known as milestones, and it's when certain things happen within your ecosystem that you'll get rewarded these points for whatever happens. Um, so we're going to introduce carnivore. I think I will do another forager. Oh. See, milestone achieved. Get 400 points. And it's letting me know different mature things up there. I think I can. You can't generate different kinds of life within the same area if another life form is currently generating there. So I think, yep, there we go. That works. Let's see if I can place down some of these miscellaneous life forms just for a little bit of added fun. That's just a normal seashell. Not finding best. So I'll throw down some plankton. Plankton's always good. And then one thing that you can do also is you can mess with the terrain of your ecosystem. So, and this will also cost points. So, just about everything that you might want to do will cost points. So, here we can raise the environment. So, let's see if I can make sort of like a cave. I don't know. Well, we'll see how well this works. So yeah, you can get a nice little cave in there. Don't know if we will. I don't know if anything will want to be in there. And there's also some grass that we can just throw down. Oh. A little bit of grass we can throw in there. I think that's the coral that I lost earlier. We can take a look at some of the creatures here. Throw down some more plant life. sort of like this is something that once you get into, you can definitely spend a lot of time on. I'm kind of just going over surface stuff, and it is a demo, so like it provides you all the descriptions of the plants and gives you like a little bit of educational information. But in terms of like the game itself, it tells you which chemicals it provides, which would be useful in maintaining the stability of your ecosystem that you're designing, and you can adjust your ecosystem to have the various materials that the plant life prefers and stuff like that. So this is so the gameplay mechanics are really simple, but you can definitely go in and you could spend a lot of time designing and maintaining an ecosystem. This particular video, I'm not going to do that. This is more of just trying to show off the demo and providing a basic overview of it, because it's a really cool game and it looks nice, and definitely want more people to be aware of it. And I hope that we see a lot more in terms of options that you can do with the environment. There's one thing that I haven't shown yet, and that is this. You can design a creature if you want to. I played with this earlier. It's kind of all right. I think so. You can design your creature. You can choose what kind of type of creature it is: forager, predator, apex predator. So I'll go for apex predator. You can choose kind of what it looks like, head. So there, you can randomize. Whoa, that will randomize everything, and you get something like that. Let's see, or that. You can choose different options here. And like all of these different things just sort of mess with its shape, so you can change the size in the various dimensions. But like that is ridiculously long. It's back up there. You can mess with the angle of its body, scaling. So we'll just go with that. So we'll go with this creature. We will. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the default name here. I don't really have a good name that I would want to call this. So, and you can, once you create it, it lets you take a photo. So you can share with people and show off the life that you have created. So you can see the ecosystem is bustling now with life. Whoever that is unhappy. So I will throw our newly generated creature here. And we can take a look at the various other life forms that have evolved. And the game has some options that you can use on here. So if you just want to grab a creature and move it wherever you want, you can do that. but it costs points. Here you can boost your creature, so if you want to like give it a little boost of health or whatever, you can boost it. And then here, if you want to take a particular creature out, you can just do that. So, the creature that we had designed seems to be taking a while to gestate. I'm not sure why it's lagging like that. Usually, previously, when I've made something and put it out, it usually just takes a minute or two. Let me see if I can design something else. Let's go with Forager. And we will something like that. Let's make it a long fish. We'll just go with that. Lungfish. Kind of not the greatest angle there, but let's go. And I can just throw it down there. There we go. Got some longfish going there. So that is the creature creation function. Kind of cool. Let's just sort of just design things as you would want. And that is the ecosystem demo in a nutshell. It's kind of unfortunate that it currently doesn't have a save function, because you could spend a lot of time here, even just in the demo, messing around, playing with the terrain and really getting things going, but that takes time to sit down and actually do, and it would be nice to have that option to spend like an hour or so in one session, save it, come back, maybe do it for another hour or two, just have fun. I mean, it's not a stressful game. The management stuff isn't too intense. You basically just have your points to keep track of and trying to make sure the ecosystem has the right balance of plants and chemicals and stuff to maintain life. But it's also not particularly hard, or at least it doesn't seem so, to balance all that stuff out. I kind of just threw plants around randomly here, and life is thriving somewhat. And I wasn't really paying attention to the chemicals that the plants provided. So the systems, once the game is finished, might be a little bit more involved in terms of keeping track of that stuff and how much it does or does not damage your ecosystem if you are not keeping track of that stuff. But even without intense management like that within the demo, you can certainly still spend a good amount of time here just designing the ecosystem, playing around with the terrain, and you have a large area here to play to mess around with. I mean, I kind of just did like a fourth of the map here. You could certainly fill this entire thing up, building up points with milestones and stuff. This looks like a really something good so far. And if you want to check it out for yourself, like I said, there's a link to the Steam store page in the description below.